All praise to the Most High, AHAYAH. This is Brother Holly for the second message this set apart day here on AHAYAH'S house channel, the Spirit of Truth broadcast. I mentioned in our first teaching today that I was going to discuss the shedding of innocent blood, and I'm prepared now to do that. Now, for the longest time, I was of the opinion, as probably most of you are, that the only blood that is considered innocent is that of children, especially unborn children. That is true, that an unborn child, if they're killed, that is the shedding of innocent blood. Or if you kill a small child, that is the shedding of innocent blood. But that's not the only categorization of innocent blood that the scriptures talk about. And there is a special prohibition that the Most High has against shedding innocent blood. And he made provisions on how to cleanse your land when innocent blood has been shed upon it. And he pronounced special judgment against those who do that. So we're going to go over it from the scriptures. But before we do, I have to say this because this has been bothering me for such a long time. Here in this deceitful, bloody, disgusting land that we live and work in, there is no such thing as righteous judgment. Our court systems in this nation is replete, chock full of unrighteous judgment. Even the idol that they call justice is a blind woman with an unbalanced scale in her hand. It can't get much more than diabolical and demonic than that. For the Most High said in his word, unjust balance is an abomination in his sight. That's who we call justice. A blind woman with an unbalanced scale. Let that sink in. And they have the audacity to put their hand on the Most High's word and swear, after he told you swear not at all. May the Most High have mercy on you. That's why we're not supposed to go to them. The scriptures call the court systems going before the unjust and the unrighteous judges. We have a righteous judge. We're to go to him if we have a grievance one against another. We're not to go to the unbelievers. We don't have nothing to do with them. We shouldn't have nothing to do with them. Nothing. Because it's unjust and it's sinfulness. It's not sinful to go to court. If you're called, to appear as a witness or you're being sued, it's not sinful to go, but it's sinful to go to lead people there, to call for the suits. That's sinful, because you're told not to do that. You take your matter to the body. If you have a grievance against another brother or sister, take it to the body. I digress. Turn with me, if you will, to Deuteronomy chapter 19. We're going to start reading at verse 4. And this is the case of the slayer which shall flee thither, that he may live. Whoso kills his neighbor ignorantly, whom he hateth not in time past. Now it's talking about the establishment of the cities of refuge within the land that the Most High said he was going to give us as our inheritance, the land of Canaan, which he swore to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which we will reclaim one day. All praise to the Most High. Verse 5, as when a man goeth into the wood with his neighbor to hew wood, and his hand fetch a stroke with the axe to cut down the tree, and the head slip from the heave, and lighteth upon his neighbor that he die. He shall flee into one of those cities and live, lest the avenger of the blood pursue the slayer, while his heart heart is hot and overtake him, because the way is long, and slay him, whereas he was not worthy of death, insomuch as he hated not him in the past. Now, the scriptures give a scenario. You get two guys going out in the woods to chop wood. One's chopping wood, lift up the axe. The axe head flies off, hits the other one in the head and kill him. Now you just to break camp, leave, go to the city of refuge and stay there, because you didn't go into the woods to slay your brother. You're not Cain. You're not Cain. You killed him by accident. That was an accident. But you to go to the city of refuge and hide out until those who would revenge his death calm down. They have to get over it for a while. You stay there. It was an accident. You didn't try to kill him, and you've done nothing worthy of death. That's a key point in determining if your death is the shedding of innocent blood. If you've done nothing worthy of death and someone kills you, then they have shed innocent blood according to the scriptures. Remember that. I'm going to say it one more time. If you have done nothing worthy of death and someone kills you, they have shed innocent blood according to the scriptures. And the judgment of the scriptures and of the Most High is upon them. And this judgment is permanent. We're going to go over that in a little bit. Let's read on. Verse 7. Wherefore I command thee, saying, thou shalt separate 3 cities for thee. And if AHAYAH, thy Most High, enlarge your coast, which he has sworn to your fathers, to give thee all the land which he had promised to give unto your fathers. Verse 9. If thou shalt keep all these commandments to do them, which I command you this day, to love AHAYAH, your Most High, and to walk ever in his ways, then shall you add 3 cities more for thee besides these 3. So you not just have 3 cities of refuge, but 6. That innocent blood be not shed in thy land. I'm going to say that again, verse 10. That innocent blood be not shed in thy land, which AHAYAH, the Most High, giveth thee for an inheritance, and so blood be upon thee. But if any man hate his neighbor, and lie in wait for him, and rise up against him, and smite him mortally, that he die, and flee into one of these cities, then the elders of his city shall send and fetch him thence, and deliver him into the hand of the avenger of the blood, that he may die. Thou eye shall not pity him, but thou shalt put away the guilt of innocent blood from Yasharal, or the land of Jacob, that it may go well with thee. Now, Yasharal is a word that means the upright of the Most High, just so you know. Or Jeshurun, the upright ones, just so you know. Now, if someone was to kill someone on purpose and then run to one of the cities of refuge, you find out if he killed him on purpose, you go get his butt and bring him to the people that were going to put him to death for the murder that he committed. And we're not to pity him. We're not to gather around him in our sacred circle day, when we're in sacred circle, and pray a hedge of protection for him, like this slayer of these 2 young men in the state of Florida. You know, those 2 boys are sitting in the car with the windows up, and these cops roll up on with the guns drawn, and they open fire on them and kill them both. That cop is guilty of shedding innocent blood, according to the scriptures. But I don't know this for a fact, but I'm quite sure if that cop goes to some house of worship, they know what happened, they know who he is and what happened. They gathered around him and they prayed a hedge of protection for him. You're not to be given a hedge of protection, because those 2 young men did nothing worthy of death. Not listening to you is not something worthy of death. Driving a car even if it was stolen, is not worthy of death. And in that case, it wasn't stolen. So you had no legal or righteous, I should say, righteous recourse to kill them. But you did. You gunned them down. They were no threat to you and you killed them anyway. You've shed innocent blood, sir. Now we should turn you over and let the people who you killed, their loved ones, get rid of you. That the blood guiltiness of what you did not be upon us all. That's what we should do. But like I said earlier, this is an unrighteous nation we live in. We protect murderers here. We don't turn them over. We protect them. We let the guilty be acquitted. The Most High said in the book of Nahum that he will in no wise acquit the guilty. So that our officer that killed Brother Floyd, he shed innocent blood. Brother Floyd ain't did nothing worthy of death. He shed innocent blood. And according to the scriptures, there is no forgiveness for that. I'm going to read that to you. I'm in 2 Kings chapter 24, verse 4. I'll read verse 3 and 4. Surely at the commandment of AHAYAH came this upon Judah, to remove them out of his sight for the sins of Manasseh, according to all that he did. Let's listen to what Manasseh did. And also for the innocent blood that he shed, for he filled Jerusalem with innocent blood, which AHAYAH would not pardon. Now it says right here in 2 Kings chapter 24, verse 3 and 4, that the Most High will not pardon the shedding of innocent blood. It says in the New Testament that all murderers have their part in the lake that burns with fire and brimstone, which is second death. It says in the New Testament, 1 John chapter 3, that no murderer has eternal life. You can eulogize them all you like. They're not getting you into the kingdom. They are shed innocent blood, and the Most High will not pardon that. If they wanted the kingdom, they should have thought about it before they pulled the trigger. Now I know you don't get this you don't get this message at your houses of worship. This ain't no puff give message. This is the truth from the word. This is a rebuke against all those that support the shedding of innocent blood in this land. This land is polluted because of it. This land is unjust because of it. And this land is being judged because of it. All praise to the Most High.